So Deadpool is now out on Blu-ray, and I had gotten it. I was really looking forward to this movie. Like it was, okay. This was the highest rated R-rated film, the highest grossing R-rated film of all time, and the highest grossing X-Men film of all time. And I saw the critical reception it got, and it was really good. I did notice it was relatively short, clocking in at only 108 minutes, so an hour and a half, or at least over that. Um, And to be honest, this movie was really funny. This movie tells the tale of Wade Wilson, who eventually becomes Deadpool, a former Special Forces operative who works as a mercenary in New York City. And he meets Vanessa Carlson. No, not Carlson. Calissa. I think. And as a year passes, he proposes to her. She accepts, but suddenly collapses, is diagnosed with terminal cancer, and Vanessa remains by his side. But he does not want to watch her. But he does not want her to watch him die. He wants him to remember her and as a guy who was alive. And this movie was really funny. It like Deadpool breaks the fourth wall because that's his character. He breaks the fourth wall, looks at the camera, and does all this. And like there were numerous times in this movie where I was just laughing, especially like at the part where Deadpool says, "Well, nobody got hurt," and then a guy fell off and crashed into a car, and Deadpool just looks back and like, um, okay, yeah, that guy was already up there, so that's not my fault. And then he made fun of the timeline, saying when Colossus, who isn't played by the original actor who played him in the X-Men movies, previous X-Men movies, tells him we're planning to take him to Professor Xavier back at the X-Mansion. Um, uh, Deadpool says, "Which one, McAvoy or Patrick Stewart?" And saying the timelines are so confusing, which it is because you don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what time this time point is taking place. Like, is this taking place after X Men Apocalypse? Is it taking before X Men Apocalypse? They don't give a designated year of what happened when this happened. It looked very modern timed, but I could be wrong there. So yeah, it was hard to tell. And along with that, and then there's Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which I thought was like that was the longest hero name I've ever heard. Um, he tries to kill. Anyways, Deadpool tries to kill Francis Freeman, aka Jack, who created Deadpool, and accordingly, like the actor who played Francis actually performed 80% of his own stunts, and the stunt doubles were only used for rigged stunts, like heavily crafted planned ones that could get you hurt. But he did most of his stunt work, and the 20% was only done by stunt people. So it leads to this epic climactic battle, which is just big and grand and highly destructive and also hilarious because it's Deadpool. And I did have one complaint with the humor, and like before I get to that, like the CGI is very noticeable in this movie, but Deadpool makes fun of it at the beginning of the movie, saying CGI team and confirming that he's making fun of the CGI in this movie, so I can't really blame that. And plus, just it has a really small budget, $58 million. Nowadays, it's like a really lot of money. Like the new X-Men movie Apocalypse is like what, $258 million. Like that's a lot. But there was one thing that they could have done for Deadpool. Like they could have done a scene where someone is doing the Wilhelm scream, and Deadpool could have turned to the camera and said, "How many times has this been done in movies? It's pretty much a cliche." Like that really would have like okay, that stole the movie. Yep, that stole the movie. So I felt like that was when they should have done that. Like that's how I felt like it should have happened, and especially how it also targets the superhero cliches, yet it acknowledges that it is also a cliche because it does some also cliched moments, like the hero gets the girl in the end and whatnot. Well, not really the hero, like at the end of the movie, like Colossus tries to make Deadpool spare his enemy's life, and he gives this long-winded speech and is trying to say do good in the world, even spare the enemy's life. And Deadpool just ignores him and just shoots him in the head, causing Colossus to vomit in disgust. And then he asks why and says, "You were droning." So like, yeah, I do. Like, yeah, he just says, fuck you, I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna do it the highway, I'm gonna do it my own way. So I'm glad that Deadpool is like this. Like, I know Deadpool is the most unorthodox character, and especially unorthodox superhero, and I use this in quotations. Um, and there is a curiosity I have, like, is Death gonna be in this in this eventual sequel that they announced? Like, it has been greenlit by Fox with the same team behind it, and he's also scheduled Deadpool Ryan Reynolds, who played, and also like, okay, like Ryan Reynolds, who played Green Lantern, also made a joke like, "Can you not make my suit look green or animated?" Because he's making fun of the Green Lantern movie he played in, and I did find it off. Like, you do realize you're quoting from a DC comic in a Marvel universe. The repercussions of this is highly, highly controversial. Like, to hear, like, man, it's like to see DC get mocked by Marvel is like really surreal. It makes you want to say, okay, these two guys need to fight eventually. These two factions need to fight. I would love to see a movie about that, though. I think there are certain political standings and fans complaining, oh, this guy should win. No, this guy should win. That prevents it. So I really loved this movie. I really enjoyed it. It was funny as hell. I can't wait what's going to happen in the sequel. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to do for more.